He has been awesome. I mean, awesome. Those who got sick along the way, those who... Please clap for him again. He's done so well. Then, our project lead, because of him, that's why we are all here. So let's clap for our project lead, Mr. Courage Loga Julius. And then, of course, the chair for MasterCard Foundation in KNUST, Professor William Otu Ellis. Okay. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate you. We go straight to the point. We are going to go into presentation. And then this is how we'll do the presentation. You have 10 minutes for your presentation. Please, when they come, allow them to feel free to present. Now, after the presentation, if you have any question, we'll put a link there. You can put your question to them. It's not every question we'll read. The judges will pick 2 random questions and then ask them from the pool of questions you have asked. They will present. Afterwards, there will be scoring, and then we'll declare the winner. So we hope to be in time. So please, all the group leaders, can I have you upstate? Group leaders, just the group leaders from each group. The group are cohort 1, group 4, cohort 2, group 1, cohort 2, group 2, cohort 3, group 6, cohort 3, group 7. Please come up. Oh, clap for them. You see, there's a group of people who have helped these ones. We call them coaches. And so we would I'll be inviting the coaches one after the other. Cohort 1, group 4's coach is Dr. John Bullard Foucault. Please come upstage and stand by your group. Dr. Rosemary O. Mensah Jenin, Cohort 2, group 1's coach. Dr. Henry Martin, Cohort 2, Group 2's coach. Dr. Daniel Opoku, Cohort 3, Group 7 coach. Oh, please. Oh, you can come by your group. Let's acknowledge you. It's not easy. You know, as I was passing by, I heard something. One of the coaches said, that's easy. You want them to do that thing, and it's a lot of work. Dr. Linda Amwakobani, Cohort 4, Group 1. So these have been the gentlemen and ladies behind the presentation that is going to happen today. But as you know, it is only one that will win. So let's just be okay with whatever happens here. So what will be is that we'll have 2 judges who will be looking at it for us. And the judges are Professor Professor Nane Usi Mensah. So Prof, you can come. So Dr. Martin will take the place of where he sits so that he doesn't influence the judges. And then myself, the 2 of us have been selected to be the judges. So we'll start the presentation in this way. I want to ballot. We'll ballot it and see who will present first so that it becomes fair. Is it okay? Yes. So cohort 1, group 4, it's number 1. We'll ballot. Whoever picks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there are 6 presentations. You will present in that order. So Our coaches, you can take your seat and let the candidates pick, and then we start. Mr. Mountor will be standing here helping you with any technical thing
Zoom
that you need.
simultaneous interpretation.
So we still don't have one group's presentation, but I'm sure Mountor will help you. Just 1 to 6. In any order, then they pick. Oh, please clap for them again. So you can pick, and then the one you pick is the how the oh, you picked two. Okay, fine. So who picked one? Who picked one? That's so you present first. Who picked 2? Hey, and who picked 3? Okay, so in the 4. 5, and then 6. So please, cohorts 1. What's your cohort 3 groups? And please, your slides are not here. So Mountor can. Okay, let's just check. It hasn't come. That's what. Yes. It hasn't really come. So they will sort it out for you. Mountor, please. Yes. So please, you can take your seat. But if their presentation is not here, they are copying it, we might jump to group 2 because it's not available to save time. So we will start with group 2 because theirs is not yet available. So please, let's clap for the 2, even as they come to pick. Yeah.
Hello. Okay, I think let's do it one more time for them. I think the tension in the room is already increasing. But please, let's relax. Let's relax. Are you relaxed? Let's clap for them. I believe that this afternoon we are here to celebrate innovation. We are here to celebrate creativity, and more especially to demonstrate the power of technology when it comes to education. That is why we are gathered here this afternoon. And so, as judges, we'll just be looking out for a few things. We'll look at your ability to demonstrate the digital tools and platforms that you have been exposed to over the past weeks. And then your learning experience so far. So basically, we'll be doing that. And then we expect that you give us a write-up of whatever you're going to say. So before you go upstage, you have to let us get a write-up. Okay, do you have it? Do you have it? Is the write-up here? Okay. And then don't forget that you have only 10 minutes to make the presentation. And so if you are ready, can we start? Okay. You can send the write-up to us via WhatsApp as well. So I think you can send it to me or any of the facilitators around and we will have it. Okay. So I think the clock has started ticking. And so maybe the group leader will introduce himself or herself, and then we can take it from there. We don't have much time. So whoever is the lead presenter, please introduce yourself, and then you can introduce the other members of the group. Are you ready? Okay, so please start. The slides. What is wrong with the slides? Oh, sorry. So, this is group 2.
Please, your laptop. You have it online. Yeah.
This cohort, 3 group 7. That's the first group. The first group is ready. Okay, that's good. Is this yours? Yeah.
Okay, so group leader, you introduce yourself and the other group members.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm called Atule Theophilus from Upper East Borga, but I school at Nalerigo Nursing and meet with free. We are here to represent on the topic driving transformation as e-learning ambassadors in our institution, colleges, and using digital tools and platforms innovatively and then proficiently. So I would like my colleague to come and introduce the topic, and then we'll move from there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm in the person of Amwarita, as in a member of Cohort 3 Group 6, and we are here to present on driving transformation as e-learning ambassadors in our institution and college using digital tools and platforms innovatively and proficiently. At the end of this presentation, we will briefly talk about e-learning and some challenges we identified, we being ambassadors in our institutions and colleges. And also we'll be talking about challenges, most importantly, solutions to these problems, and also the benefits or the impact it's going to have on our people back in our schools. Introduction. Are you tired of classroom feeling like cages for learning? E-learning is the key to unlocking a world of possibilities. Let's transform education together. Someone may ask, what is all about e-learning that I'm talking about? With my own understanding, I can say e-learning is a form of education that takes place online through digital platforms and tools, which allow learners to access educational content, courses, and resources from anywhere with an internet connection. I repeat, internet connection. Okay, e-learning offers a flexible and convenient way to learn. I'll hand over to my colleague to continue. Thank you.
All right, to continue from where my colleague has stopped, everyone can bear the fact with me that so far as traditional teaching and learning is concerned, we all have various challenges in our school, and then I'll be outlining some of the various challenges in our schools and then the way to go about them. We have here costs incurred in the printing of examination papers. Imagine printing examination papers for over 2,000 students. We have outdated materials. Imagine using textbooks, handouts, whereas we have slides to read. We have limited practical training. We have limited course offering, and then we have infrastructure deficit. They will be touching and then bringing out the tools to use to solve these problems. Thank you.
I'm in the person of Abdullahi Shamira. So I'm coming to touch on solving these problems using the knowledge gained. So solutions to cost incurred. That's when we are, cost incurred in printing of examination papers. Let's cast our mind to our schools. Imagine printing papers of over 2,000 for students to write their exam. And even on top of that, after writing our exam, we are always anxious to know our scores. But with Google Forms, we create the exams online, then after that there is automatic grading. That's without no delay. You get to see what you got from what you wrote. And we have Menti. Imagine being in class over 2 hours, let me say 4 hours, then you are bored. When there is a tutor in class, he can bring in Menti games and quizzes to help assess our students to know how they are doing as far as the course is concerned. Then we move to solution to outdated materials. So we have the Google Drive. Imagine you buying a textbook. This textbook, maybe there have been other curriculum added to what we've learned. You would have to buy another textbook since you will have to update. But with Google Drive here, we upload all our documents and presentations on the Google Drive. Then we get to amend them. That's being flexible and it's being secured also. Then I'll go to YouTube. So with YouTube too, let's say you are in class, you've learned something, then maybe your understanding towards it is a little bit down. You can get some videos from YouTube towards enlighten you more about what you've learned. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm called Theophilus Atule. So solving the problem to limited practical training in our various schools, we can use virtual reality labs, simulation softwares, and then online labs to solve this. With this one, you only go to use the virtual reality headset, and then you get a real feel of what you can do, rehearsing, and you also get familiar with equipment that you use to do operations. As a nurse, when you go there, you'll be able to find the tools, all what you used on operation, and then it will be easier for you. Then we have the management learning system. This one will go a long way to help solve the problem to the limited course offering and then infrastructure deficit. Imagine being in the house and then you'll be able to access content with the learning management system. All they need to do is that the lecturer will have to upload slides on it and then content, and he can even access you on what he's doing with the learning management system. We also have video conferencing tools like Zoom, Google Meet, and then Microsoft Teams. This helps the lecturer to host online conferencing, to help, despite where he is, to help students gain knowledge wherever they are. You can sit in your comfort of your house and then you get all these things done on a silver platter with Padlet and then discussion forums. This creates collaborative online whiteboards and then forums for brainstorming, group work, and then knowledge sharing. Thank you.
I'm in the person of Anna Abigail, and then we are going to look at the impact e-learning will have on us, from the challenges and then the solutions we have put up. So the first one is, if we implement these solutions effectively, one, we are going to improve our academic performance. One may ask how. Looking at the way now we conduct our NMC with the nurses and then the midwives, NMC using internet, if we are able to gain access and then learn more about e-learning, we would know how to navigate our way on the laptop and then the IT tools, how to flag questions, how to move forward, how to come back, how to even submit our work without any worrying. So this will help us excel during our NMC examination, giving us good academic performance. We'll move on to the next point, which is to enhance critical thinking and problem solving. With the critical thinking and problem solving, imagine getting stuck to just one textbook, a teacher telling you living things are things that can breathe. You'll only be stuck to living things are things that can breathe. But when you move on to the internet, you get access to Google. Now we have AI, and then other places where you can get more information on what living things are. Then we move on to our next point, which is to facilitate deep understanding and then knowledge retention. With a deep understanding, most of the times we remember movies we've watched 2-3 years ago, but when it comes to text we read a week ago, we do not remember. So putting graphics, audios, text together and then projecting it for students to learn, I think that one will be more convincing and then give us the memory that we need. So if you don't remember the text, you probably remember the picture to get what you are trying to say. Bringing about greater confidence and motivation. As we started earlier with the Kahoot thing, you see when we came here, we were all looking bored and then the thing.
A minute more.
we were introduced to the Kahoot. We were able to get more confidence and vim. So I'll end here for my colleague.
I'm Gifty Asabia Boye, student of second year NMTC. In conclusion, MasterCard e-learning training has helped us, providing a lot of quality skills, competency. By embracing these e-learning tools, we can create accessible, flexible, and students' learning environment. As Nelson Mandela said, the late Nelson Mandela, former president, said, education is the most powerful weapon that can be used to access the world or change the world. Therefore, let's leverage the powerful e-learning online tool so that we can be able to advance in our e-learning. As ambassadors moving into our institutions and colleges, let's make sure that we drive the transformation and the knowledge that we receive here, sharing into our people so that our schools will become most advanced so far as e-learning is concerned. Thank you.
And on that powerful note quote from Nelson Mandela, let's do it for them one more time. I think being the first group is not always easy. Now, because of the other place, the judges will not comment on whatever you have done. Given a link for you to submit questions or queries or whatever,
What's the pointer here before?
Yeah. So,
No, sorry, we are changing the order because of an emergency situation. And so bear with us. So the next group we want to call Cohort 1, Group 4. Cohort 1, Group 4. Don't forget that this afternoon we are here to celebrate innovation and creativity, especially the power of technology in education. Okay, so Cohort 1, Group 4, are you ready? As they prepare to start their presentation, let's not forget that the winner of this afternoon, the group will have their portfolio featured on the e-learning website as a best practice in digital learning. I thought you would clap. They would also have the opportunity to present their portfolio at the prestigious e-learning conference that will be held in July 2024. And lastly, each member will receive a handsome surprise package. How the surprise will be, we have no idea, but I think it will surprise us all. So on that note, Cohort 1, Group 4, we are ready for you. You have the next 10 minutes to give us your presentation.
Good evening, panel of judges, ladies and gentlemen. I go by the name Inso Esther, and with my group members, Cohort 1, Group 4.
Good afternoon to everyone. Today we are here to present on our innovative initiative. But before I start, let's take a look. Imagine in a platform where students from different nursing training colleges across the world come together, share ideas on various nursing courses that have been treated in their various institutions. Just imagine that. So our first innovative initiative is Digital Alignment Initiative, and the second one is the Kusum Hub. In the subsequent presentation, my friends or my colleagues will throw more light on these two projects. Thank you.
My name is Atanga Jacob, and I would like to continue from where my sister ended. Now, moving on to our first innovation. Imagine Now, moving on to our first innovation. Imagine being in a classroom where where lecture notes and the lecture itself is very lengthy. Sometimes you may lose concentration. Sometimes you can even sleep during the lectures. So we came out with a very brilliant and a very innovative idea. With the knowledge imbibed in us through the MasterCard e-learning training, we were able to learn how to brand yourself as an ambassador. And with that module, from that module, we learned how to design cards and also, very importantly, how to develop an elevator pitch. So with the knowledge gained from developing an elevator pitch, we were able to summarize all the lecture notes into a very simple and concise note that will be accessible to everybody. Now, somebody may ask, how do you go about it? So somebody may ask, how do you go about it? So somebody may ask, how do you go about this innovation? So first, this is a sample of it. So the first one, we designed a card, we summarized the lecture notes on it. So example, let's say the lecture was on hypertension. So we summarized everything on hypertension, then we put it on it. And also, we sell ourselves as online ambassadors. So as you can see on the card, we have e-learning ambassadors on it. So with this, we will post it on the class platform or on our social media platforms like the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, and even WhatsApp status. So with this one, it will be easily accessible to students even when they miss lectures. So moving on to our next innovation, I'll hand over to my colleague to come and enlighten us on it.
Our second innovation, we term it as the Kusum Hub. What is Kusum Hub? Kusum Hub is the Kusum is a Busa dialect word, which means a summer hut. We all know that in our traditional settings, the summer hut is where our elderly people sit down to discuss issues concerning life and make relevant discussions. We have adapted this name and named it after our online digital learning hub because it is a site where students can come together to discuss and resources are available to them to be able to access them. For example, we have this website that we have built purposely for students. And in that website, we have documents, images, video tutorials, research links, and discussion platform. So we have come out with this website that students can discuss, no matter your institution. We can discuss lessons that we have been taught in the classroom. So, for example, I'm coming from an institution different from my colleagues. No matter where I am coming from, we can share ideas through our discussion platform and have access to different experience of teachers because the teacher that is teaching me a topic is not the same teacher that is teaching him. But we are able to come here on this digital platform to share the knowledge that we all have learned from the various years. This makes the students on this platform have idea about or experience about various teachers that are teaching. And we all know that this is a platform where resources are available to students. We have the documents, we have images for diagrams that illustrate the things that we do. For example, so on our document platform, we have a sample of a document that students can access to facilitate learning. We also have images showing the various anatomy of the human body. We also have video tutorials that students can go to facilitate learning. We have research links where you can access powerful resources. For the matter of time, I won't click. It's okay. So we have a site where it will direct you to search for documents that you are looking for to facilitate learning. We also have a discussion platform where when you click on it, it will send you to our discussion platform for you to share the knowledge that you have learned in your various institutions. So this is a discussion platform. With the knowledge from the collaboratives to be able to use Padlet to come out with this discussion platform so that students from other colleges or institutions can share their comments here, ask for questions, and they will be able to answer it by other institutions. So the aim of this digital hub, we call it the Kusum Hub. It is meant for discussion and also makes resources available to students for their use. Thank you.
To conclude it, when we go back to our various institutions, we'll make sure that our first innovation, we'll publish it and then we'll try to create flyers and then cards that we've learned from the modulo branding and other modulos. We'll create these flyers and share it in our various WhatsApp groups and then social media handles. With the second innovation, we will try to create a flyer with the link that will lead us to this particular Kusum Hub that we've created on our own using Google Sites. For each and everyone who is interested in studying or discussing from different schools, can come on page with us and then we'll learn together. Thank you very much. So right away, we'll be sharing our links to our various social media handles and social WhatsApp platforms for whosoever that is interested to come together and then we'll be discussing. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much. They've done it within 8 minutes, and that is good. Let's clap for them one more time. We are expecting your questions, your comments, your queries on the link that has been shared with you. So please do so for us. So going forward, what we intend to do is that if you're a group member and you are not presenting, please relax. And then let those who will be presenting come up stage. Is that okay? Please, is that okay? So thank you very much, Group 4, Cohort 1. Thank you very much. Now, let's welcome Cohort 2, Group 1. Cohort 2, Group 1. Okay, please, you have the next 10 minutes.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, panel of judges, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kunwele Ineneon Stephen. These are my group members with our noble coach. The outline. Let's zoom straight into the introduction of today's presentation. When you talk of e-learning, e-learning stands as the gateway to a universe of limitless learning possibilities. It refers to the use of electronic technologies to deliver educational content, facilitates learning outside the traditional classroom setting. It circumscribes a vast range of instructional methods, including online courses, virtual classrooms, digital resources, and interactive multimedia tools. Our 2-week stay with MasterCard and KNUST has equipped us effectively to utilize collaborative tools and multimedia tools to enhance our learning experience. It has also exposed us to various video conferencing tools and e-resources used for online learning and teaching. It has also taught us how to brand ourselves and to network with every single person that we came to meet here and every single person we are going to meet outside.
So what's next? After attending the MasterCard Foundation e-learning program, we are now and the ambassadors and want to go back to our institution and create a transformation. So our action plan, we have social media campaigns, collaborating with trained tutors, workshops and seminars, e-learning peer tutoring, e-career link, collaborating with students, clubs, organizations, set up an e-learning studio, and finally, support from the KNUST and e-learning center. So I want to dive into each of our action plan and go detailing. First, we have the social media campaign. Here, we hope to create awareness about the importance of e-learning and the impact it can bring to the society. So go about by creating videos, pictures, flyers, and posting on our various social media handles. For example, LinkedIn, we have our Gloria here who have posted about the importance of e-learning on LinkedIn. So these are the kind of things we want to do in order to create awareness about e-learning and its importance. We'll also begin blogs where we write posts about e-learning, and we'll post on various Google sites like Blogger and the rest. Next. Now, the second point is teaming up with already trained tutors. Now, there are already tutors that have been trained by Mastercard Foundation, and we'll try to team up with them to carry out several initiatives in our institution. The first is to organize workshops and train students and teachers about e-learning. We'll also collaborate with them to create awareness about e-learning, its advantages to the society. Next, we'll develop comprehensive plans and strategies on how to implement e-learning in the institution's curriculum. Finally, we'll discuss with the management on how we can integrate e-learning studios in the institution. Now, the workshops and seminars that we'll organize will be to expose students on the various digital tools and platforms. We have Padlets, Flips, Mentimeter, Google Forms, and Canva. Now, our next strategy will be to organize online workshops where we invite the administrators, we'll invite students and various guest speakers. We'll post on LinkedIn to invite various of these experts who are in the e-learning field and to chip in some of the strategies, some of the advices we can use to implement e-learning in the institution. So the aim of this online workshop is to exchange ideas, experiences, challenges, and the innovations in the e-learning landscape. Now, our next strategy will be to set up e-learning studios. So we'll collaborate with the management. The management here is the administrators and maybe the principal, where we'll collaborate on how to implement e-learning studio. We'll talk about the feasibility, how feasible it is to implement these e-learning studios in the institution. And we'll also carry out research about institutions that have implemented the e-learning studios, and we'll try to see and will help us in the decision-making process. And finally, we'll engage with the KNUST e-learning center, where they can provide us with support and any other resources they can use for.
Okay. So e-learning peer tutoring. This innovative we will coordinate sessions on Zoom meeting and Google Meet with our peers to review courses and then slides that we were not able to finish, or maybe the ones that we've learned already in class. So we encourage students to set goals, establish study schedules, and use e-learning tools like Google Docs and Padlet to enhance their learning. In the Padlet, they can post questions, and then our students and then other tutors will come and then answer them so that they can get access or maybe get answers to it. And then in the Padlet also, we can get to share links, share videos, share pictures, so that they too can enhance their learning, and then it can enhance their learning and study sessions. So the peer tutoring program, this is how we'll go about it. We will first recruit volunteers, and then these volunteers are students who are already excelling in specific subjects. And then next, we will collect information from students who are weaker in those subjects, and then we will provide guidelines and resources to tutor them through virtual tutoring sessions. And then we finally match the weaker students to the stronger students, and then they will help them enhance their learning. And then we will collaborate with student clubs, such as TESCON and other organizations on the campus, so that they will implement or integrate e-learning components in their activities. Some of these activities could be meetings, which can be held online, and then other workshops. So the e-career link. The e-career link is to talk to our alumni or our past students who are already in the field. So we have this thing in nursing institution that when you complete after the third year, you have to wait for about 3 years before you get a job. So you liaise between the alumni and then the completing students so that they can help them in interview tips and then other stuff so that they can get job as they transit to the job markets. And then through this process, we have our professional cards that we'll be sharing with others so that they can contact us if they have any other question.
In our journey to cause transformation in our various institutions, we are going to face lots of hurdles and obstacles, but we also thought of plans not to leave anyone behind. So these are just some few challenges that we may face and how to solve them. One will talk about accessibility and inclusivity. So we would bring on board students with special skills to help people with special demands. We are also going to face challenge of limited availability of guest speakers. So through our social media campaigns and by reaching out to experts on LinkedIn Advance, we will showcase the benefits of attending these workshops and partaking in our project. When it comes to peer tutoring program, we may have problem of limited peer tutors. So we are going to reach out to students and explain the benefits to them that they will get after engaging in such projects. Example being leadership skills and impressive CV. Also, we are going to face technological skills. So we would offer training and support to the students on the use of various digital tools. In our quest to cause this transformation, the role of various stakeholders shouldn't be overlooked, and that is why we will need MasterCard Foundation and KNUST e-learning center to come in and help. So they would have to feature us in our content on their social media platforms. They would also have to send speakers over for our online workshops. They should also help in enhancing the capability of learning management systems
1 minute
to support
more.
students with special needs adequately. They should also help us in certain e-learning studios in our institutions. And as future plans, MasterCard can select us as volunteers for global e-learning ambassadors so that we can engage a wider audience. These are our timelines, and it is not strictly in order, as multitasks may happen, and we hope to get new exposures as we get to our last activity. With the exposure support that we will get, we are very certain that our plans are achievable and doable. Difficulties and hurdles will not discourage us, but rather motivate us. As Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it is done. We can achieve seemingly difficult tasks of causing transformation with determination, perseverance, and a collaborative spirit.
Okay, thank you very much. Oh, let's clap for them. Let's clap for them. They've done well. And I am sure the project lead has heard your request, which is to set up an e-learning studio for you at your institution. Oh, I think you should clap to that. I think it's good we've heard it. The director too has heard you, and I'm sure after setting it up, he will bring his personnel in there to train all of you and make sure that the studio is well equipped like that at KNUST. I think I've made your plea very clear. And on that note, thank you very much. I never knew Nelson Mandela was an e-learning champion many years ago, but it's good I'm getting to know all these quotes. Thank you very much on that note, and then you may please take your seats. Cohort 2, Group 2. Yeah, are you all going to be part of the presentation? Will you all be part? Or you want to take a picture first before the others would? You're all taking. Okay. You have a second to take your picture, please. Okay, thank you. So those who are not presenting can please sit down. Okay. So please start.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, ladies, gentlemen, and all protocol involved. I'm sure we all know a few persons with disabilities, and in this case, hearing impairment or disability to be specific. In the wake of online learning, have you ever wondered how those people cope in the virtual online space? That is something for you to think about. My name is Joyce Hecha Amable, and today, my colleagues from Cohort 2, Group 2, and myself are here to present to you our project, Deaf Education Online, Breaking Barriers with E-Learning in Educational Institutions. Here is the outline of our presentation. E-learning has become a revolutionized concept, and how do we relate e-learning with people with hearing impairment? Well, in order to understand this broad subject, I would like you all to take a look at these two figures. In figure 2, we have a partially impaired person who has to hear with the aid of a hearing aid, as you can see on the figures here. In figure 2, we have an illustration of a figure that is completely impaired. We'd like to say that for the scope of Deaf Education Online, our project caters to the needs of both groups. In 2001, the Ghana Association for the Deaf estimated that there are a total of 110,625 deaf persons in Ghana. Of that number, there were deaf learners included. This group of people face challenges when it comes to accessing online education, and hence, it is imperative that we solve this problem so that we can promote an inclusive and accessible education for all. Thank you. I continue. What are the objectives of Deaf Ed Online? Well, as we said earlier, Deaf Ed Online is short for Deaf Education Online, and so we plan to implement this platform, which is designed inclusively for persons with hearing impairment in one form or the other. The specifics are that educational content will be taught entirely in sign language. Also, the platform will be equipped with visual and hearing aids for those with partial hearing disabilities. You may ask, how do we try to implement this? Well, the figures you are seeing are samples of a learning module systems designed by my creative group and myself. In figure 4, we have a typical LMS with a sign language interpreter there. So what happens is that for a pre-recorded video like the Mendeley, as I know we are all familiar with, we have a sign language interpreter who would be trained adequately to be able to interpret whatever the instructor is saying. And then after that, the video will be compiled and then logged onto the system as part of the content to be accessed by the hearing impaired people. In figure 5, we have an LMS with a robot feature attached to it. So how this would work is that the robots will have a dual feature where for real-time education, where there is for real-time learning experience, where there is no sign language interpreter, the robot would be able to hear what the educator is saying, then translate it, and then interpret in sign language for the learners. Now, we have a method of execution for this project. This is not a project that we just thought of randomly. No, we were sorry. Okay, so our first method of execution is securing an online learning management system. We all know how crucial it is to select the best LMS for our project, and so we plan to start with that first. After that, intensive work will begin for the design of an accessible interface. So the design of the interface is going to be the part where we source for visual diagrams. We are going to work with sign language interpreters to be able to interpret the recorded videos. We are also going to work with educational institutions to give us the content they have on deaf people or their educational content so that everything will be pre-recorded for them. After that, the coding of the content will begin. This is the technical part of the project, and it requires expert guidance. And so we hope that when we reach that point of the project, we would engage the help of experts to help us do the back-end work. Then we know the importance of training and support, and so therefore we will begin a rigorous training and support for both educators and learners on how to use the platform. At this juncture, we would like to use the various e-learning elements like branding and networking to market our project so that it would gain local and global recognition. And so, dear Mr. Eric Apple Asante, if you are here, we'd like you to keep us in mind. We are cohort 2, group 2, and please keep our project in mind so that we can collaborate with the MasterCard e-learning center to make this project a success. One key thing, cohort 2, group 2 mentioned some of their challenges, and so we would like to extend our warm invitation so that we can collaborate together and eliminate some of their challenges. We all know that for a project to be successful, there needs to be an executable timeline. And so therefore, my colleagues and I have decided that a period of 1.5 years would be adequate for this project. We have thought carefully about it and decided that for a maximum of 3 months, each phase of the project will commence so that we can dedicate time to it and give a supportive user feedback. I would hand it over to my colleague to take over from here.
In conclusion, hearing impaired learners often feel neglected in distribution of resources and also direct communication. There is a saying that disability is not inability. The fact that somebody is disabled, it doesn't mean that the person cannot do it. We are going to be an advocate of change in an educational institution, and also we will create an inclusive education and also educational background so that we can assure equity and equal opportunities. To assure success, it is crucial to prioritize user feedback, conduct thorough testing, and continuously improve the robot capabilities to meet the diverse needs of individuals with disabilities. With all these, we can transit the ideas into those with visual impairments. We can never live here without acknowledging MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program at KNUST, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Arizona State University, and the KNUST e-learning center. And last of all, our coordinator, Dr. Henry Martins, for your training and guidance. So this is our references. Thank you.
Oh, I think you should do it better. Okay. I think I don't have any comment. I don't have any comment. Just to say thank you very much. And then you may please take your seat, group 2, cohort 2. Thank you very much. Just to remind you that this afternoon we are celebrating innovation and creativity and what technology can do to us when it comes to teaching and what? Learning. Okay, so the next group, let's welcome cohort 3, group 7. Cohort 3, group 7.
Sorry.
Okay. So, please begin your presentation.
I'm the person of Dakar Harriet, the group leader of Cohort 3, Group 7, and we are here to present on the topic on the ground. So before that, we'll start with our introduction.
I'm Sarah Opoku.
And I'm for Francis.
Barbenis.
I'm Ivy Opoku Mensa.
Logos of Samuel.
Upon Grace.
Efriye Susanna.
Osei Bruno Lloyd. The sound of the job, but the video didn't. Yeah, the video didn't.
I think we are experiencing a technical hitch, so please be patient with the group.
Channel 7. I'm your host, Sarah. And on today's show, we're talking about how e-learning is advancing itself.
Oh, Sarah, please change this to Channel 4 for something important like Sirakwaka, just to release stress.
Daddy, don't say that. You know how e-learning is advancing itself?
Forget about e-learning and those deceits. They are really destroying our educational system. I quite remember back then in our school, we used to have a better interaction with our tutors and colleagues, where we can have better understanding. We can even ask questions in classes, and also have group studies, where you can have better interaction, and also get them understood. So just forget about them. How about now you're talking about e-learning, where you just have to do see your tutors and if you meet, how will you get a better understanding?
Daddy, let me tell you something. Now, we have virtual class. Some of our teachers used to engage us in organizing studies where we use Zoom. Do you know one thing? Those who are sharing in class are able to contribute effectively during this session. At that time, I heard you saying something. You always take flight and go to abroad just for a meeting. Well, you can use Zoom and even record some of the meetings for future reference.
You just get up and go for school, getting for late.
Good morning, class. How are you? I hope the rain didn't cause a mess for you. In fact, I was caught in a huge traffic and I had a mess to clean. Anyway, today we are going to start our lesson. We'll talk about nutrition and health. Open your page to Sammy. What are you busy doing in your bag?
Please, I don't know where I've left my book when I was coming. I remember I took it, but I can't find it in my bag.
Sammy, not only you, my little brother even poured a benquine on my book. Sarah, what are you busy doing on your phone? I'm telling your colleagues to open your book and they're pressing on your phone. Only God knows what you're doing on that phone.
Madam, please, I have all my notes on my tablet.
You have my handouts on your phone?
Yes, please.
Do you know the energy and cause that it took me to do this handout?
Please,
and
acknowledge.
Take one.
Acknowledge.
You know what? Today I'm not in a good mood for class. Let's have it some other time.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, we all bear witness to how challenged and pissed off the father was, as he clearly proved that he didn't really know what is currently existing and the impact of e-learning and technology on our modern world due to its advancements. Also, in the second scenario, we all saw how stressed and frustrated the tutor was, but now thanks to e-learning, teaching and learning is stress-free. When I say stress-free, what do I mean by that? E-learning much friendlier and flexible, as it has less impact on the environment. One can then be in the comfort of his or her home and still get access to online courses being taught. The inculcation of e-learning into our educational system has helped transform our traditional classroom setting into a virtual realm, giving all manner of learners equal opportunities to access online courses synchronously and asynchronously. E-learning has then come to stay, as we no longer use technology, but rather we live technology. Thank you.
So, in relation to our drama, you can really see that the father was really out of knowledge of what is going on now. That is why it is very important for I and you as ambassadors to go out there, to spread the good news and also impact necessary skills so everybody will be conversant with them. And how can you can just do this by improving their online learning capabilities and also to help them develop high quality online courses and also provide virtual support to students. Not only that, you can also train faculties in teaching methods, especially our tutors who have insufficient about this. We can also be experts at those areas. And we can also do this through some key files that we also learn through our training, such as the multimedia tools such as Zoom, also having a collaborative tool such as the Google Docs, and also interactive presentation tools like the PowerPoint. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, also insight that we have gained from these learning aspects, and also practical tools and framework, and collaborative tools with our colleagues to have better insight of it.
Now, how do I brand myself to become an e-learning ambassador? One, based on the knowledge obtained from the training. By practicing more with the knowledge gained during the training will make me know more features that wasn't introduced during the training. Also, exploring more on the e-learning materials already introduced. Learning more with these things will make you open the gates to know other tools that wasn't introduced during the training. And with this, we also help deepen your knowledge and skills about technology and e-learning resource tools to help become an ambassador. You can also collaborate with IT personnel, as they say in our local dialect, and I quote, "Nimdieni ajinwe eni baku fotu." So collaborating with them will help deepen your skills in e-learning tools and how to manipulate them effectively. And with that, you can also build your e-portfolio with LinkedIn. And with this, Cohort 3 Group 7 members, we have created our LinkedIn account. And as you can see, we've also branded ourselves with the t-shirt that I'm wearing. Thank you.
Okay, so how do we now impact the knowledge that we have gained here as e-learning ambassadors in our various institutions? You can bear the fact with me that before you came here, you didn't know anything about Zoom. Even if you know, what are some of the tools or the features on the Zoom that you could use effectively? If you say the truth, who can raise a hand and give me an answer? We were not used to that. But thanks to e-learning, when we go back, we can speak boldly, we can impact boldly the knowledge that we have gained here. So this is 5 strategies that we and my group, we are going to what? We are going to adapt to what? And bring that transformation that we are requiring. So one, we are going to start with the communication channels. We have a lot of WhatsApp groups in our various institutions. And without not only that one, we can use the Canva that they taught us in class to create posters, to introduce e-learning, to communicate e-learning wherever we find ourselves. Don't you think that if someone see you with a creative Canva, the person will be like to know what is on the Canva? Yes, the person would like to know what it is. And the 2 is technology integration. When we go back to our school, do you think you can go and start everything about e-learning on your own? No, I have to collaborate with my IT personnel back in the various institutions to make the system very active and accessible for every student so that we will not have challenges like network problems and other stuff. So the next one, as we all know, is resource creation. We need the available resources that's going to help us to employ these new ideas that we have gained here, both human resources and material resources. We cannot do this on our own. We will collaborate with our institution or the heads in our various institutions and our tutors so that they can give us a headways that we can get all these resources that we need. Do you think you can go and impact the knowledge without some qualities as an e-learning ambassador? Never. You need some qualities as an ambassador even after the training. So we think that patience is a key. You can't take someone through training without having patience. Imagine you coming here and after you wasting your time in the car coming here, they just use 1 day to teach you everything. Would you have been happy at all? What would you have gained at the end? We are going to use patience as a quality as ambassadors to impact this knowledge that we have gained. We'll take our time. We don't rush intense. We take our time to train these people to gain what we have gained. The next thing is persistent. Do you think that you can get anything that you want on a silver platter like that? No, you need to be very persistent as a leader. You need to be very persistent with whatever that you are doing. The people that you are taking to training. The last time they taught us that as a leader, you don't only check the physical needs of your people, you also check the psychological needs. As we learning ambassadors, as we are going back to our various institutions, we are going to check the emotional state of our people. Not only that, we are also going to look at the benefit that this impactation we are going to do will bring to our institution. And one, it's going to increase flexibility and accessibility. It's going to personalize e-learning experience, add values to read the students. Don't you think that if you go back to your institution and accessing slides and other things online are easy, everybody will be happy with that? Yes. So with this, as e-learning ambassadors, we are not only going there to play or to act, but we are really going to impact.
In conclusion, the advancement of technology has increased our chances in e-learning and teaching and learning. So, as ambassadors, when we go back to our institutions, we have the effort to drive our institutions at the pace at which advancement is growing. And we also do that through advocacy, collaboration, and by leading as good examples. Thank you.
I'm from St. Joseph Nursing Training College, and when I go to my institution, I'm going to use the Canva to create posters to administer or to deliver e-learning to my people.
With this, we acknowledge our panel judges in here. We say a big thank you for making this program successful. And we say one of the most life gratification that an individual will never forget is impacted to drive transformation. And thus we say e-learning ambassadors.
Impacting to transform
our lives and the lives of others.
Let me see what you have written at your back, please. What imparting what?
Imparting to transform our lives and the lives of others.
Okay, so let's clap for them. Okay, so we invite your comments and the others. At the end of the day, we are going to read them out. So thank you very much, Group 7, Cohort 3. Thank you very much. Please take your seat. So the last but not the least, Cohort 4. That is the last. Okay, so the last one. So Cohort 4, Group 1. Cohort 4, Group 1.
Cohort what?
So that is the last group. Please start.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is cohort 4, group 1. And if you look towards the sites, you can see our roadmaps towards the implementation of e-learning in our various institutions. As ambassadors, we are thrilled to be here today to share with you some of the requisite knowledge that we'll be implementing when we go to our various colleges. E-learning offers a very flexible and accessible approach to education, allowing individuals to acquire knowledge and skills through digital resources and online sources. With this, you can, when flexibility is assured, you can, I'll take it again. Hits. E-learning. As e-learning ambassadors, we are thrilled to share with you our insights on how digital tools and platforms can be used in our various colleges to facilitate teaching and learning in our various institutions. We believe that this was one of the main reasons why Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology partnership with MasterCard to further revolutionize education through digital means. As we transcend to the next slide, we will discuss an overview of the masterclass training. Through e-learning, individuals can enjoy flexible and inclusive learning experience, leveraging digital resources and online experiences. During our masterclass stay, we were taken through various models. We had Model 1 to Model 9. Model 101 was on psychology of online learning and portfolio building. Model 102 taught us some resources we could use to facilitate learning and so on. Model 103 was on multimedia tools for online learning. On Model 103, it actually gave us a requisite skills to actually use a different tool, such as Prezi, in coining up this presentation. On Model 104, we were taught on branding and how to brand yourself as an online learner. On Model 105, we were introduced to KNUAC virtual classroom interface. We were taught on certain learning management systems, such as the virtual classroom. On Model 106, we also taught on collaborative tools for online learners. Through these collaborative tools, we actually limited the amount of time we had to meet to do this presentation. On Model 107, we were taught on video conferencing tools for online learning. With the help of these video conferencing tools, we met with our facilitator, Dr. Bennings, which actually made this work a bit fluid. On Model 108, we talked about some of the importance of people. And lastly, but not the least, we had the opportunity to be educated on the importance of team building. These models collectively helped us to view the world in a different perspective and have allowed us, with requisite knowledge, has given us requisite knowledge so that once we get to our various institutions, we'll be able to implement them effectively.
we need this e-learning in our schools? Why? You may ask, why should we take them? Why should we take them there? These are the importance of the e-learning initiatives. Integrating the e-learning initiative into schools, into our schools' instructional design enhances students' engagement. It also makes our learning flexible, and it also provides a 24/7 accessibility to our learning materials. What else does it do? It also helps in fostering collaborations among students and preparing students for future career opportunities.
So as e-learning ambassadors, we have some specific aims that we want to achieve, and these aims include increasing accessibility, providing flexibility, enhancing engagement, and developing relevant skills. And we are going to do this as a team. We are going to do this by developing a schedule to collaborate with the intellectuals of KNU ST e-learning center to help train our teachers on the use of these digital tools. We are also going to establish feedback mechanism, which is going to help us gain information from our colleagues in order to help us evaluate the initiative that we brought, whether it is going on well or not. And the measurable objective of this project is that we are going to collaborate with e-learning center to help us train about 40 to 50% of our teachers in order to enhance teaching and learning in our colleges.
Okay. Upon our immediate return to school, we plan to collaborate with the school authorities, the school principal. We are going to tell them, sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you. We are going to tell them about the experiences we've had here, the models we've learned so far, the models the tutors have taken us through over here, and how it is going to help our various institutions very well. And also, we have a short, medium-term plan, which we plan to train about 100 students in a year. So, upon immediate return to school this time around, let's say from next month to December from next month to December ending this year, we are to train about 50 students. Yes, we the representatives of our school here are going to take it upon ourselves to train about 50 students, and up to June next year, that will be a year from now, we will be looking at training 100 students, and within 5 years, we are looking at training up to 1,000 students. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, notwithstanding this, we as a team, or as e-learning ambassadors, have formulated some details yet relevant recommendations to the school management when we return. One, we are going to collaborate. We are going to collaborate with the principal of the school to set up a meeting with key stakeholders, such as non-teaching staff, students, SMC, and others, on the benefits of implementing or integrating e-learning in our various schools. Two, undertaking programs to create awareness among staff and students. We are going to, with the help of the principal and other school management, we are going to undertake programs such as seminars and webinars to create awareness of e-learning, integrating e-learning in our various institutions. Three, establish a committee for e-learning integration. With the help of the principal and the KNUST e-learning center, we are going to create a committee consisting of school management committee, the students, and the IT department. which we will assign roles to them about how they are going to help us implement these strategies.
Okay, continuing with the recommendations to the school management, we are also going to liaise with the KNUST e-learning center to help in the repurposing of existing teaching materials for online learning. So with the existing teaching materials, such as learning slides, quizzes and certain midterms can be taken online without us being geographically together. We will also, most importantly, collaborate with our school to create an e-learning hub, and that's what we are standing upon today. The creation of an e-learning hub, there is to create an avenue for students to aid in their training and their education in the e-learning environment.
So, the main thing that we are to do, and that's held by we, the ambassadors, is the creation of the e-learning hub. And this e-learning hub is going to be a student-led initiative which is going to equip each and everyone within our colleges with the knowledge of e-learning. So we are saying that as ambassadors, we are going to provide them with the training, information, and resources which is needed to access online, enable to equip them with teaching and then learning. So the e-learning hub is mainly developed to equip us with the idea of how to use and then engage our fellow colleagues in learning. So with that, we will talk about the duties of the e-learning hub. So one of the duties is that it is to provide awareness or create awareness in such a way that there will be open forums for students to access them and then monitor their progress, and also provide us with technical support and then learner support in our own ability. Provide community building in such a way that there will be a platform shared for individuals to express their opinion and then thought. And then accessibility, inclusivity, which means that irrespective of individual, so there will be an activity which will involve inclusivity of people who are one way or the other disadvantaged when it comes to learn with e-learning tools.
Activities of the e-learning hub. The first point, promote the use of collaborative tools for online learners across multiple subjects. With the e-learning hub will help us enhance learning experience by using virtual classroom, where students will be able to engage with their peers and facilitators. The second one says, encourage team building and collaboration. The e-learning hub will also enhance on teamwork, because teamwork helps us to achieve great things. Just as we are standing here, it's because of teamwork we are able to do this presentation. Thank you.
Continuously, we aim to ensure that we train people, ambassadors of e-learning. So people will be assigned to their cohorts. We will train existing students, and furthermore, Form 1s that will come will already be assigned to cohorts on the e-learning hub. So those ambassadors that we train will train those ones, the Form 1s that are coming. And also we will include these activities of e-learning hub in the SRC week to make sure that this process is ensured, to make sure that this process is really sustained in our institution. Finally, we also provide reports to the management on how e-learning has helped us, and also feedbacks from students and also teachers as well. As MasterCard and KNUST Center helped us become ambassadors, we will also provide reports to them.
So, with the succession plan to maintain the e-hub, executives are going to be appointed by the e-committee that will be set up by management. And so we are going to train 100 new ambassadors every year. And from now, because of half of the year, we are going to, by December 2024, we would have trained about 50 students. And then by next year, 2025, we would have trained 100 students. How are we going to do this? With the freshers that comes every year, we are going to train 50 students, which we are going to expose them to the e-learning initiative throughout their stay on campus. We are also going to collaborate with KNUST Center to mentor them and also appoint hub managers and patrons that will oversee the affairs of this e-hub. So our target is to averagely train 100 students every year, as I said. So in conclusion, we believe that this plan is feasible, this plan is attainable, it is measurable, and we believe that in collaboration with KNUST Center, this e-hub is going to make teaching and learning on our various campuses very expedient and effectively. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Group 1, Cohort 4. Thank you very much. And I think that is the last presentation. And so let's do it. Let's do it for them. Thank you very much. So on that note, we've come to the end of this afternoon's presentations. And so you give us 30 seconds commercial break for us to compile our marks. And then we declare the winner of today's activity. So it's ready. Okay, I think let's clap for ourselves. Oh, I think you should clap. You should clap and clap well. When we were young, we used to say this, Obiniyem. Hey, I said Obiniyem. And so this afternoon, before I say anything, I want us to clap for the facilitators. No, I think you should clap. You should clap for all the facilitators. I see a lot of transformation. And this afternoon, as I sat here, I don't know, I'm filled with so much joy. And facilitators, all I want to say is, Ayuko. But for the coaches, I want us all to be on our feet and give the coaches a standing ovation. I mean, oh, I can see the excitement in you. I can see the excitement in you. I seriously think that the coaches have done a good job. And thank you very much. Thank you very much. I saw some of you 2 weeks ago when you came in, when we had the first opening. And I realized that most of you did not even have confidence to speak. But this afternoon, I see a lot of confidence. Oh, I think you should clap for yourselves. I remember I had a session on multimedia. And when I got to the class, the first question I asked was, who knows about PowerPoint? And I was surprised when almost all of you said you didn't know anything about PowerPoint. But this afternoon, I see a lot of hard work. And then I don't know whether the slides were done for you, but I think if this is how you have started it, then I don't know what will happen in 2 years' time, in 3 years' time. Because I remember it took years for me to even know how to embed videos, how to embed links, and now you people are adding even websites to the PowerPoint presentations and all that. And I think it is a good thing. It is a good thing. And I'm sure Professor Ellis will be happy this afternoon because he's really taught you the importance of people. And that is why even in your presentation, I see a lot of collaboration. I see a lot of teamwork. In fact, you have actually tagged on every model. One surprising thing is that your language has even changed. The way you can now talk confidently about e-learning issues and e-learning concepts. Oh, I'm saying facilitators, yeah, there. You see, when the project lead is happy, I can tell. And so this afternoon, I see a lot of smiles all over his face. All over his face. And it's a good thing. One last thing maybe I want to comment on is the issue of group composure. You were very composed, even though initially there was a bit of tension. By the end of the day, you scored very high on when it comes to group composure. And it is good. Just that as youth, I can also see a lot of ambition. You see, some of you want to train 1,000 students in the first year. I don't know the number of people we have trained as a center ever since the center started. But maybe you are going to overtake the e-learning center. And it's a good thing. I think clap for yourselves for such an ambitious project. Okay. The only thing we were expecting to see was the issue of contextualizing whatever you have learned. You see, that was a bit missing in most of the presentations. But fine, it's the first start, so it's fine. So let's come to the results. This afternoon, the first group will be given the opportunity to feature the portfolio during at the e-learning website, okay? And then they also have the opportunity to present their portfolio during the e-learning conference in June, and then they also receive a handsome surprise package. And like I said, I don't know what the handsome surprise package is, but I'm sure it will come. It will come. CJ is here, so I'm not afraid. So we had in our 6 groups, first group that presented cohort, group 1, cohort 2, and then group 2, cohort 2, group 4, cohort 1, group 7, cohort 3, group 6, cohort 3, and then group 1, cohort 4. I think the third group had an average score of 64.5. So the third group had an average score of 64.5. And surprisingly, the second group had an average score of 65. And then the first group had an average score of 78%. If this was a statistics class, I would say it's an outlier. But it's also an indication that we saw a lot of innovation and creativity in that particular presentation. So I'm happy to announce to you that the third group, the third on the list is Group 4, Cohort 1. Group 4, Cohort 1. So group 4 cohort 1, give us a wave. Group 4 cohort 1, give us a wave. We are here. You've done very well. And the second group is group 2 cohort 2. Give us a wave. Give us a wave. Are they here? Good. And then the first group. Like we always say, in every competition, there's bound to be one winner. And so we have to select only one winner. And I'm happy to announce to you that the first group for the 2024 E-Learning Ambassadors Excellence Award is Group 7, Cohort 3. Group 7, Cohort 3. Okay. 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 I can see that this group is led by the coach, the honorable coach, and then I'm sure there will be a lot of partying tonight. And so as I conclude, tonight I can see a lot of pastors. I can see a lot of pastors around. And so it's my prayer that somebody's gone down again. Wow. It's my prayer that you keep the fire burning. And then we believe that in 2-3 years' time, you will really let us feel the impact that you have received over these 2 weeks. On that note, thank you very much and have a blessed evening.
Thank you very much. We'll take the closing remarks from the chair and then the project. No, let's take the next steps before we take the closing remarks. CJ doesn't like cameras. Say a few words. So you say a few words and then the chair will close for us.
Hello. A very big round of applause to you all. The presentations were good. It seems you have learned a lot from being here. We've heard some of your requests as far as helping your various institutions do various things are concerned. Some want to do e-learning centers, some want to do innovation hubs. We will see what we can do about it. But as far as the next steps go, we'll be visiting some of your institutions to see how what you are taking from here, as the lead judge was trying to explain. We want to see how you are contextualizing what you've learned with the available resources in your various institutions and how you're able to translate it to benefit your other colleagues. During that visit, we'll see what your institutions have, what we can probably add, and how we can help you scale up whatever it is we've given you today. Subsequently, you'll also be receiving your e-certificates and then electronic badges via your emails. I think the team will make sure your email that you've provided would also be sending a few evaluation links around. Please, anytime you see them, try and then give us some feedback so we can get back to you. I think the past 2 weeks have been a resounding success. A very, very big round of applause once again. On that note, I'm going to yield to the chair so that he can give us a closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Courage. Distinguished principal investigator of this project or initiative, the director, e-learning center, KNUST, senior members present, most especially our technical people, and all those who served as instructors, facilitators, coaches, support teams. I want to say that God richly bless you for impacting, for all that you've done. I am excited to join today in climaxing what has been an insightful, transformational, and destiny-defining intensive 2 weeks training on e-learning and digital tools for educational purposes, which we have dubbed KNUST and Affiliate Students E-Learning Ambassadors Training. We have sat here, we have listened to your presentation and all that. It's been wonderful, but I keep asking myself one fundamental question. When you leave here, what happens? When you leave here, what happens? You have said some nice things that you want to do. You have put on nice T-shirts. That is good. Out of your T-shirts, you have become champions. But what happens? And as I listened to some of the things you were saying, I was happy, but I was also a little bit sad, in the sense that there's a certain problem that I find with us every time, and that is the dependency syndrome. So we have come to learn something. We want to go back and try and do something. But then we keep saying that, and then we'll come to KNUST, and then KNUST will help us do that and do that. If it was about dependency syndrome, nobody will bring you here. I hope you understand. We brought you here so that, because we believe in you, we believe that out of the capacity that we build with you and together, you will go back and then you will start something. So I am trusting and believing that even as we visit your schools, we want to see that something has happened. You are either running, creating awareness, creating innovation, creativity being put at stage. Then it is easier for somebody to also come and say that because of the steps you have taken, we can also walk along with you. Every time, in most of our places, you will see that we take 1, 2, 3 steps, then we say that we are waiting for them to come. The question is, who are you waiting for? Today, you are no more the same person who came to KNUST. You are better off. You are a giant relative to your own colleagues in your own school. But if you are just a giant who doesn't do anything, then we are still where we are. But we are expecting that as you go, based on all the little that we've been able to share together, we would hear either online, we'll hear either in the news that, what is your name? Ivy, from which school? Just here. As for you, even Trotro, I can come there. Yes. That Ivy from Konfanoti NMT, yes, has done some wonderful revolutionizing things. You may have learned all these things, but the question is, what different things can you do? Can we translate some of our nursing things, the things we do in our nursing programs, some of the unique things that we do, can we put it online so that others can also do what? Learn from it. Can we make it so simpler that the everyday person can go online and then be able to, everyday things that we can learn so that we become better and healthy. Preventive things that we can just do and be okay. These are some of the things that we are hoping that as you live here, you take it a step further. As you do it among your colleagues, you also take it a step further. I like some people, but I don't think they won. The people who created the Kusu something. I didn't say, I am not a judge, so I'm not saying that because I said that you should win. There are criteria I didn't know. But the reason why I liked it is because they created something that has a name. And for all the people who came, it's the same normal things and all that. But I like the fact that you gave a name and gave the reason and the origin and roots where the thing came from. I'm not saying that your work was not, please. The point, I am a very different person. My conscience and my orientation is very different. I don't like, we have a lot of people amongst us who think that anything that the white man does is good. But we have a lot of brilliant young people among us who are sitting here today. So if you can create a kusuki or something, that is African, that is Ghanaian, that is Northern. And for that, if that can push us beyond the frontiers, that is what we are expecting. So you build the capacity, you get the fundamentals, you get the principles, and it is okay for you to fly. That is all that you need to fly. And today you have it. So as you live here, what we are expecting is not only the kusuki or something. We want to see a TBA. We want to see Nalerigu. I visited all your schools in Ghana. One of the things you don't know, today I'll tell you. You see, when you finish, especially those health training people, when you finish, you take a national exam, isn't it? And you get a diploma from K University. Yes. This was an initiative that we did. And today, for all of you in the health sector, you have a pipeline which makes it easy for you. Even if you want to do up to the PhD level, you can do that. Some of you, even in starting, you have to go back from first year and start again at the university level and go through the process. We were not even recognizing it. But at least from what we did, you get a diploma from an academic institution. When you finish, a lot of you go and do a top-up. 2 years, you get a degree. And from there, you go and do a master's if you want. From the master's, you can do a PhD. And I'm sure that some of your people now may have done PhDs and they are pushing ahead. Those who traveled outside Ghana, they have a diploma from a recognized university. So it is easier for them to do what? to do whatever they want to do. We have done a lot as an institution, but sometimes we don't know how to sing our own songs. But you see, it is people who sat down and thought, identified the problem, and then did what? Looked at how best they can shape up the problem. And that is exactly what I am also pushing across to you. We have done the e-learning training, but we also realize that we can use it to do more things than what we have now. There are farmers in the northern sector. There are farmers in the eastern region. There are those who are in the agri colleges and things. Can we move beyond what we have done and use some of these platforms to do some interesting things? Let's be adventurous. Let's have fun. And let's create more kusuki or whatever. I really love that. Can we clap for that group? In closing, I want to congratulate our team. That won. You did very well. It's a mixture of drama and things, which means that you can bring it close down home for everybody to appreciate. And that was a unique thing you did. Within 10 minutes, it was fantastic. And I say congratulations. Your enthusiasm and determination are an evidence to the spirit of our institution as you continue your educational journey. May you always embrace the opportunities that technology affords, and may you never lose sight of the transformative power of learning. And may you also never lose sight that you are not the same person who came to K University, but you are a different breed. And as you go, I want to recommend to you that get closer to your God. Stay closer to your God. And be more intimate to God. God bless us all.
Oh, please, let's clap. Let's. Thank you, Professor William Otu-Ellis. Oh, let's clap for him one more time. We want to acknowledge all of you for what you have done, especially those who were not selected to present here. Please, we still need your presentation. We'll drop them in a Dropbox and work on them. There are several criteria areas that were used. As Prof said, in terms of creativity, that line, when I checked my scores, it was that group that the Kunsu one was the most creative one, but it's a whole criteria. That is how come, if you add all together, the first group was the 7-3. But everybody has done well. Clap for yourself, clap for yourself, clap for yourself. You really, really done well. We appreciate you. Prof, can you tell us a gist of what's the award and if there's any, before we say the closing prayer, so that they will have an idea of what is coming. Please, before I give my announcement.
So thank you very much. So maybe before I announce, let me also just hammer that we need all of you, those who are the group leads. Folders have been created on your virtual classroom, and the folder is named Group Project. So do well to drop your group projects in that folder. Please ensure that that is done. It's very, very crucial. And then also try as much as possible not to leave without attending to any assignment on your V class. Is that fair? We appreciate our facilitators so much. And then, of course, our coordinators, we have mentioned you already, Mr. Anderson, Michael Anderson, and Dr. Broom, and the team, the judges, Professor Nana Ewusi, and Mr. Christopher Adu. We are so grateful. I have been saying that this batch was blessed with an addition which the previous group didn't have, and you should be very glad. We, the facilitators, were so happy sitting in those two packages which was added to yours. I'm talking of team building and importance of people. We have learned a lot, and we are still digesting the contents that particular talk brought. It is a blessing. And so we appreciate our dear Dr. Mrs. Florence Ellis and our father, the chair, former Vice Chancellor, Professor Ellis, for that content, a very rich one. I know you'll never forget that aspect of the training. Then also we had the sports directorates coming in. That weekend was super. And then the counseling unit also coming in. You guys have been blessed. You have been blessed. Somebody says that's not what we want to hear. We want to hear the price. So now let me humbly on the screen show to you. The project management has this special package for you. For each, already we have announced that for the group you have the exposure given you, having the project mounted on the Noble website, and then also having the opportunity to present at the Global E-Learning Conference which KNUST is hosting. Aside that, every individual in the group that has won would, in the first place, have this headset, which is a Logitech one, a very special one. It comes with an inbuilt microphone. It has a dual beam-forming microphones, of course. The speakers are in there. It charges by itself. An inbuilt battery is there. And a quick charge ability also. Within 5 minutes, it's done. And when it is charged, it can stay on for quite a long time, 2 hours. 20 hours, actually, 20 hours. Yeah. So this would go to every member of the group that won. Now, if you clap for this, as if that is not enough, the project management has another package for every member of the group again. The reason is that we want you to go and live e-learning, like practice it, use it, and prove that you have the tools, you can work with it. The rest of you work with the tools online. Now, if you look at this is the next package for you. Yeah. So every member of the group is going home, would be given this tablet. And the technical specs are there. It has an inbuilt camera. It comes with speakers, microphones. There's a cellular and wireless capacity, Wi-Fi connect, SIM card, charging, and so on. You can read these ones as I speak to that. And the capacity is that huge. Every one of you in that group, how many were you? 9 of you. 9 of you. Every one of you would have the blessing of this tablet. And so we want to, on behalf of the team, once again, congratulate you and urge everyone who did not win to upload your content online and finish hard. Yeah.
So, please clap for him. You see why it's important to always have the chair and the PI around. When we're coming, we had only planned that we were bringing the first group and giving them award to the conference and for the exposure. Now it has been decided that the first 3 groups are all coming for the global conference. Oh, please clap for them. So I'm sure you make it better and better so that when you are presenting, it will be better. Once again, we thank you, Professor William Otu-Ellis, and then the PI, Mr. Courage Julius Loga. Please clap for them again. If you know how much it costs to bring you here, it's a lot of money. So we appreciate you so much. And please, just some few announcements and we are off here. From here, the buses are here. We are going straight to Impact Building. Before we go to our rooms, we'll be there for snacks, dinner, everything mixed together, some cocktail, talking to each other. Oh, drinks, food, everything. Facilitators, this time around, you'll be eating and dining with facilitators, all the people around, and then have fun with them. You socialize and then you take pictures. But please, the evaluation, it is very, very important to us. If you've not done the evaluation, it's not good. We need to evaluate the conference. We need to evaluate it so that if another group should come, we will make it better. It's very, very important. And then your pictures, your individual pictures, my team will be asking you to check whether your name and everything is correct on it. So please make sure you do that with the technical team. They will be set up there so that if you've not done so, you do so. And then the laptops that UITS gave to some of you to use, please make sure that you hand them over to Mr. Anderson. And please make sure that you, tomorrow in your rooms, pack everything, because as you leave, by Monday, people will come. So if you leave something there, by the time you come, maybe they would have thrown it away or something else. So please, when you finish packing, go around and check the room again, leave the bed everywhere. Because if you go and you call us that you left your something there, it will be difficult for us to get for you. So please make sure you do that. If for any reason you have to leave earlier than scheduled, please let us know. Because for us and your principals, we know that you are leaving tomorrow morning. And there will be breakfast at Impact Building for you before you leave. So all other things will be stated there. So that is that. So please, those who leave at dawn, please, when we go to the Impact Building, let us know. Let the coordinators, Dr. Broom or Mr. Anderson, know, and then we'll see what we can do. It's very, very important to us. Thank you. So please, at the dinner, we'll circulate an attendance sheet there. The attendance sheet, when you sign, write the time you intend leaving so that we know that you are leaving. And we know how you are leaving so that we can be sure you have arrived safely. Another important announcement will be told you at the dinner. It's a surprise. Thank you very much. We would invite Dr. Linda Amwako-Benin to close us in a prayer. When we finish, we'll take a big picture. So the facilitators and some of you will be on stage. The rest will be here. And then we'll take one last picture for masterclass training. So, Doc, please pray with us. My photographers, please be ready. I can't see you around.
Can we please be on our feet? And let's pray. We are praying. Everlasting God, we thank you so much for a beautiful time together. We thank you for the many things we have learned. We thank you for the changes that have come in our lives, in our vision, in the way we are going about our learning. We are praying that as we go, may it not die here, Lord. May it not stop. as we go, let there be a fire burning in us to go on and use the things that we have learned, Lord, to make an impact, a positive impact, wherever we are going. We pray that as we leave here, you be with us, grant us genuine mercies, bless us always, and Lord, help us to be shining beacons wherever we are. We thank you for your blessings. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen.
Please, before we take the picture, somebody say, the students say they have a word for us, so we'll listen to them. So just a minute.
Good evening once again. First of all, we will say a big thank you to the Almighty God who has made this whole program a reality. And then again, we will say a big thank you to the coordinators who have supported us during our stay on campus here. In fact, we, the trainees here, we've really enjoyed, and we say a very big thank you to you all for what you've done for us. In fact, we will remember every aspect of it, and we can never forget you. Mr. Michael Anderson, we will say a very, very, very big thank you for your patience. For your patience, love, and care you ushered us. In fact, you made us all felt like we are in our various homes, and we say a very thank you to you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So we'll take the picture and then we can proceed to the place. Please make sure you go there straight before you go to your room so that we can finish up fast. So please, the facilitators first and then the PI and all the team. So we'll take the PI, the facilitators, the chair. We'll take a picture. Please kindly come up stage and then they take it from us. Please, my facilitators.
Facilitators and coordinators join the chair and team.